Getting the vibes started off right here on 98.5 WNUW. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Thursday morning lineup here in the studio. You're joined here with your host, Noah, and Owen is back this week. Owen, how are we doing?
We're doing well. We're doing well. It's been a very, very busy week. Had some things to take care of with philosophy, with psychology, but I tell you what, it's good to be back on the air talking sports because that's what I love the most.
And there's nothing better to get the vibes started with some Drake.
Absolutely.
Get the NFL vibes going.
They could never make me hate Drake. They started the smear campaign. They put a bunch of illegal bots out to try and outstream them. Guess what? It never works. And it never will. It never will. You can't take down the king.
But I think what we need to do, Owen, before we start talking about any extra NFL offseason moves that have happened, because there have been a couple big ones that have happened.
Yes.
I think we need to start talking about a recent thing that's happened.
Okay.
The Fanatics Flag Football League that has started, and I think it's done now, but it was basically a bunch of NFL players from all ages were playing flag football against...
And Logan Paul. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, and content creators, too. They were playing flag football, the style I'm assuming that the Olympics will be in, against what would be considered our USA Olympic team. So I want to know your thoughts, Owen, on how that went and if you think the NFL players are able to compete.
Well, I have a statistic here for you. It looks like only 600, sub, that means less than, not this number. 650K is the number that Fox put out. It says that, the audience was very, very, very slim, right? Less than 650,000 people, which means, not a lot of people were interested in tuning into this flag football event. I know you and I both enjoyed a lot of the highlights and a lot of the memes that came out of it, but it doesn't seem like there was a whole lot of pull for this thing. I think that this was more so an event to get Brady back out there and back on the field, try and make some extra money for the league.
He looked great, though.
He did look really good. I mean, he's the GOAT, right? I'm sure when LeBron's 50 and we see clips of him playing basketball, there's going to be people saying, man, he could come back.
Yeah.
But sometimes, when you're that good, you separate yourself. One of the pictures here on the article that I'm looking at from Front Office Sports does show Logan Paul as well, and I know I mentioned him there. It's kind of funny that they got content creators in there.
Did he sack somebody?
He sacked Hurts, actually, yeah, which is not that hard to do. But I don't know why they try and get this guy to weasel his way into everything. But hey, look, it's just
he's
another.
He's an athlete at the end of the day. He did do the WWE, which is So
I mean, he's a clown though. He's a clown, but yes, that's true. He's a good athlete. Brady was throwing that rock all over the field. Hurts did okay. Kind of was there to have some fun, probably. It was also cool to see Smitty, and I was going to say Speed. Speed. The streamer was there, so that's pretty cool.
He was keeping pace with Smitty, too, on that one go ball.
This is just something else that's going to be overall better exposure for the league. There's going to be more clips that come out of it. There's going to be more money spent for the NFL. There's going to be more money made. However, to answer that first question, what did I think, man? I thought it was just kind of mid overall. It's another money grab. It's run by who? Fanatics.
Yeah.
Probably a bottom 5 book. And that's just kind of how it goes. But I'm glad that we got to see some of these funny clips for sure. And we also got to see some of Team USA flag football. You want to talk a little bit about these guys from Team USA? Are they actually good? They're not NFL guys?
Well, they seemed flag. We have to start off by saying flag football is low key. The way that it was played is completely different to what regular football is.
Completely different.
It's
more like handball.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of laterals. There's passing back and forth, and then hucking it 20 yards down. And it's a smaller field. There's obviously no pass rush. The defense is still kind of weird. You can't really run like a regular cover 3 in this. You kind of just have to play man and hope for the best. It's really, really weird how it's run. And you can tell by looking at how Team USA played how much more experience they have around these rules and playing this sport, because they did. I think they won the whole thing, didn't they? Or they were beating a bunch of people.
The Team USA team did win. Yeah.
And then they're over here talking, NFL players can't just walk in and take over. They got to learn the sport. But they're
kind of right.
I mean, they were right, but I honestly, my opinion on the whole thing is, to me, from looking at the clips and what I've seen online, it looked more competitive than the Pro Bowl. It looked like it looked so much more competitive than the Pro Bowl. It looked like they actually cared. It looked like they actually wanted to win and weren't just throwing the ball around just for fun. It's like they were actually trying to learn and try and understand the sport and then actually like be competitive for once. So I think that was good. I don't like that the views were so low, but I'm sure they'll be higher when the Olympics roll around because everybody's going to want Team USA to win. But it's just whether or not those big names are going to be on the roster or not, because we might see the actual Team USA team and then they'll be like, who are these guys, But
yeah, it's interesting. This picture I have of Team USA flag football after the event, they're pretty turnt, man. They were excited. They took this serious. And then down at the end, they got the QB, Darryl Doucette. He's just locked in. He's zeroed in. He's not even smiling during the celebrations. So, I mean, I like that guy a lot. I think that he has proven himself on the flag football scene. And there was a clip of him talking about Mahomes a couple of years ago, and he's saying, I can do all the stuff Mahomes does. Who's to say that these NFL players come to the Flag Football League and take my spot? They're not doing it. I'm really that guy. And then, I sent you that post, and somebody tweeted after the event. They said, "Fairs, demon. This guy went off. Nobody can mess with Darryl Doucette." So, I mean, whatever we do, he better be my quarterback in those Olympics.
Yeah, just wait for a pass rush, though. He said he can do anything Mahomes can do. Throw a pass rush in front of him and see what happens.
He does have really quick. Well, he does have really, really quick feet. The picture in this article is him juking both DeAndre Hopkins and Luke Kuechly.
Okay, so two players that are like ancient.
It do not matter.
Okay.
It's impressive to get away from NFL players.
That's
you can
fair.
get away from them. You can get away from anybody.
That's fair. I liked one thing that I thought was really funny was Brady when he threw that like corner route in the back corner of the end zone to Gronk, and then he caught it and then strained his hamstring and couldn't play the rest of the time. Oh, that's when you know the age is hitting you.
Yeah, Gronk's everywhere, man. All these ads and stuff. He's everywhere. He just shouldn't be out on that field. He's making so much money off of it.
He didn't care. He's just going to have fun with Brady again. He just wanted to relive the glory days again with him. But Brady did look good. He looked like he was moving out of the pocket and then avoiding pressure pretty well, actually. I was impressed. But, I mean, that man's old.
Old man hasn't lost his swag, not one bit. Look, I mean, he got a rebirth in the whole in terms of his whole career beyond the sport. He has a whole nother rebirth. He's got the broadcast thing going on. He's got the media thing going on. Brady's always going to be in the public eye. But what I really wanted to say is I'm only ever going to root for Tom Brady. He had Gisele Bündchen, and then after that, she cheated on him with the jiu-jitsu partner for like a long time, and when he finally found out, they split.
Yeah.
She was always talking about, it's all about the kids. Don't go back to football. You need to spend time with your kids. And it's like, well, now the kids have two dads. Great job, Gisele.
Yeah, jeez. Oh, my. But do you,
Sorry, I didn't mean to drop that bomb. I just don't like cheaters. How do you cheat on somebody that won 7 rings?
Yeah, right?
That is crazy, bro.
I thought that her net worth was higher than his, technically. I thought she was making more money than him at the time.
Not the point, though. You gotta.
I know that's not the point.
She has a higher net worth, but what does she do? She just like puts on makeup and stands in front of the camera. This guy avoids NFL players and throws touchdowns and gets 7 rings.
Yeah, it's crazy world, man.
Crazy world, man. Luka, you can have it all, and they just don't care. They want to take from you.
And now
they want to leave and take from you.
Now Luka
was averaging 40, 11, and 9 through that 8-game stretch. The first 8 games after the wife tried to flee, and she didn't try to. She did. She took his kids and dog. So
not the dog.
Yeah, I know. As if coming for half of what he owns wasn't good enough. She has to take his pet and both of his children. So yeah, it's a shame, but it doesn't matter how rich, how famous you are. If you are spending more time in the sport than you are at home, well, you got another thing coming.
Yep, that's just really unfortunate.
Yep.
But going back to the flag football thing, do you think does this make you excited for the Olympics, seeing all this competition and this talent? Do you think we're just going to roll through, let's say, like Sweden's Carpenter or something in the secondary and stuff? Like, I think this should be an easy gold. I do. I think it'll be an easy gold. I think I'm trying to think of another sport we could compare this to, and, I'm struggling. Flag football is pretty unique. It's very, very unique. I would say that
if USA doesn't win, that would be an even bigger upset than, say, Canada not winning hockey, right?
Yeah.
So I think that even though flag football is kind of our thing, there's definitely been a revamp in the way it's played around the world, especially when all these different countries found out, hey, this is going to be the Olympics. You're going to have a chance to send some athletes.
Yeah.
You know, that said, nobody should even come close, dude. We should Daryl Doucette, right? Whoosh, that's what they call him. He should take care of everybody just fine.
Yeah.
These teams were pretty interesting. We had Genty, Kamara, Winfield, Smith, Miller, Hamlin. That guy just gets to do whatever he wants, doesn't Peterson, and, of course, boxer Terrence Crawford. And then on Burrow's team, we had Shanahan was the coach.
Okay.
And Kyle Juszczyk, Odell Beckham Jr., washed. Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, washed.
Oh, my God.
Derwin James. I love Derwin James. Luke Kuechly, Jalen Ramsey, and Logan Paul and ISO Speed.
Did you see OBJ's catch, though?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, the hands aren't washed. That's for sure.
That was disgusting.
Yep.
Oh, my God. He basically did the three-finger catch, but this way.
Yeah, man. That's him and Landry when they were at LSU. It was like a competition of who could catch the ball with one hand more often.
What were the other teams? Sorry, I cut you off.
Those were the two teams that comprised of NFL players.
Oh,
yep. And then we had Daryl Hoosh and Nico Caceres leading that USA squad. They said that they're never giving up their spots.
Gotcha. All right. Well, wow, that's interesting. I was surprised there's not more NFL players that were interested, because I feel like there could have been a lot younger, better talented players on that roster, like Lamb, AJ Brown, like those types of playmakers in the receiving core. And instead, they just got a bunch of old guys. I guess they just didn't care at that point.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's probably agents and being...
Burrow and Jaden Daniels were there, too.
Yeah. They were on the same team because I saw them. They were passing it back and forth to each other. But I feel like the NFL is still kind of cautious about, and obviously their players' agents, about who can play, who can't play because of injuries. And
I can't believe Burrow played.
I know, right?
You see what I sent you? It was like it's offseason and he still took a hit. He was the only guy that got hit at the flag football.
Yeah, I know. He can't catch a break from pocket pressure.
Oh, my God.
Jaden Daniels was playing too. I was kind of worried about that considering his injuries that he had last season.
Like injured the whole year last year.
Yeah. Who else? I mean, OBJ's had his injuries, but he's trying to just make a name for himself again so he can get on a roster. But again, flag football is completely different. There's no hits, no pads. I mean, it's basically just who can play better man defense. It was interesting to see some of the offensive players play defense, though. Putting D-Hop out there, putting, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely interesting, and I think it probably hurt us, if anything. But I don't know how large these roster spots are supposed to be. So, do you think that they could use more linebackers and DBs, maybe just secondary in general?
I think so. I think that's going to be a very difficult position to play in flag football. However, we have the best secondary players in the world, obviously, and it's not going to be difficult to fill out a roster spot if Team USA feels that an NFL guy is allowed to come in there and join them.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be difficult to fill out a roster spot whatsoever. I mean, there have been some pretty electric moves in the offseason with the defensive back position. We've seen a lot of people get paid. Blankenship, McDuffie, like these guys come to mind.
Yeah.
And Eagles were willing to dish out a fairly nice size contract to Woolen just for 1 year.
Yeah.
How he likes to do that, just for 1 year. He's been doing that a lot the last 4 years or so. But yeah, plenty of talent there, and should they need that position filled out, we'll be ready to oblige without a doubt. That could be one of the positions where they actually do need guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think you make a good point. That could be one of the ones where we see 2 or 3 NFL guys sneak onto that roster.
You kind of have to, right?
Yeah, because those guys can always play both sides of the ball too.
Yeah.
Wide receivers can't always be DBs, but almost every DB can run a good route.
That's for sure. Do we see Travis Hunter?
Oh man, he shouldn't go. He shouldn't go. He never. Here's the thing with him, man. I don't want to say I knew it and I told you so, but he never had an injury in high school or college. He played both sides of the ball for 5+ years and
injuries
and never had an injury. And then he comes to the NFL. You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You knew it was going to happen. So I think Travis Hunter needs to prioritize his health more than anything because he looked real good through those first couple games. He had 4 or 6 or something like that.
And then you traded for him in fantasy.
And then, yeah. And it was a good trade. It was a steal. And then, I forget who I gave up, but I knew I was shopping Golden for a while because that guy stunk. It doesn't stink, but didn't get used. They never used him. I didn't want to use him. That's what Packers do. So, Travis Hunter needs to prioritize that health, man. He could be good because he's so shifty, but man, he needs to be ready for NFL form.
And I think he will. I think they're using him more priority. Are they using him as a corner this year or wide receiver? I can't remember what they said.
Well, I'm thinking it's gonna start out with more so of the
defensive side.
I was gonna say wide receiver, but let's.
I feel like they've switched it from what they said last year. I can't remember what they said. But I do think Jacksonville needs a little more help in the secondary than they do receiver wise, because they seem to be rolling with Jacoby Myers. Who knows what they're doing with BTJ, but
they were shopping him and nobody wanted him.
Yeah. And then Parker Washington. I mean, they seem to be pretty solid at the wide receiver position for the most part.
Full-time switch to cornerback. You're right. He's not going to be going back to the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, because it's just I think that's what Jacksonville has realized they need more support under. So you might as well throw him there and give him all the work that he needs. But should we cut to a quick break so we can go over some more off-season things? I think we've dragged along this flag football thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna hit this depth chart real quick. I do want to double check at this position. If he'll be able to just step right in and start. Let's see who we got here. We got Monteric Brown, Kristen Braswell. Okay. Yeah, they definitely moved. Oh my gosh, is this their team? Yeah, they definitely moved some guys around. I think that they could use some help back there. Because let's see, here we go. Antonio Johnson's back there, but oh wow, yeah, man. The Jaguars secondary that was really good in Saxonville, and then was really good like 3 years ago before they started dishing to everybody. Whoa.
What happened?
Byshell Tootin, full-time starter, full-time reps.
Oh.
Yeah, remember? Because they signed Chris Rodriguez to back him up. Etienne, where did Etienne go? Travis Etienne, where did you go?
Where did he go?
You sent me the post, and I already forgot.
I know.
Oh, Saints.
Saints, right.
Saints. Good for him. So we like Travis Hunter. We like Travis Etienne, but only one of them is still on the Jaguars, and it looks like there's not just going to be opportunities in the secondary. That kid I was preaching all last year, Byshell Tootin, who did not look good last year. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. So we're thinking Jacksonville drafts a lot of secondary this year.
Yeah. They go defense. I think they go defense.
Yeah, secondary.
I think they grab a guard or defense. Yeah, secondary and maybe linebacker.
So maybe Travis Hunter gets some outside corner reps this next season. But we're going to give you guys a quick little ear break, and then we're going to go into a couple more big things that happened this offseason. Maybe me and Owen will elaborate on how Eagles and Cowboys offseason have gone. But stay tuned. You're listening to the Thursday morning lineup here on 98.5 WNUW. Mutt by Leon Thomas here on 98.5 WNUW. You're listening to Thursday morning lineup here with me and Owen. And Mutt talks about a lot of how Leon Thomas is a dog, right? But we got a lot of dogs here. In the offseason. There it is.
I see what you've done.
We kind of talked about this on GameTime that posted yesterday. Check that out on YouTube, GameTime Sports Show.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to elaborate a little more because JSN is now the highest paid receiver in NFL history. I want to know your thoughts about that, Owen, because it feels like every year, like we said on the show, every year there's a new highest paid position. There's a new highest paid player. So what are we thinking about this contract?
Well, we all saw it coming. The guy was a beast last year. He broke records, and he led the league in yards and was, I believe, into the double digits on touchdowns, 10 receiving touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
But he ain't worth the money. None of these athletes are worth the money. I mean, it's pretty wild to even think that really 3 places in the U.S. My bad. I'm just looking at something else here, and I'm just absolutely taken back by this news that I'm reading.
You're good.
JSN had not just a tremendous season, but proved that he's committed to Seattle. I don't think that they had a problem with giving him that money. A lot of times people want to get on the move and people want to play the the role of the icon, the pop star.
Yeah.
JSN is not that. He plays his role. He understands it. He's a big valued member of the team. He's a leader on that team, even though he's so young. And, for those reasons, I think that, the Seahawks did not have a problem giving him that money. They didn't care about K9 Walker. They could literally give two craps about K9 Walker. But JSN, that's their guy right there, and they were willing to spend. I think it's way too much money, but they were willing to spend.
I feel like they had a lot of faith in him earlier because over the last few years, they shopped DK, they shopped Cooper Kupp, and then here comes this OSU product, wide receiver 3, JSN, who was consistent at the time, and then all of a sudden he gets more touches, he gets more catches, and now he explodes, and now he's like a top 5 receiver in the NFL. So I think this money, the extension was well deserved. Obviously, we know how we feel about athletes being paid millions and millions of dollars, but for the most part, I think that this was a very good increase, and I think this is going to benefit Seattle. Obviously, they don't have K9, but they're going to roll with Charbonnet. So I think Charbonnet filled the role pretty well last year, and then JSN's still going to get his 20 targets a game, and he's probably going to end up being like the 101 in fantasy this year. So if you
think he's going 1, yeah.
No, I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I think I landed him.
If I draft him, he'll get hurt though. So it's like.
I think I landed him 3rd round last year. So. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be a first rounder, let alone within the first 5 picks. But we'll see. But the Seattle Seahawks have also re-signed Jake Bobo for 2 years.
Nice. Bobo's a big part of that team, man.
Yeah, 2 years, $5.5 million to stay in Seattle. Yes, big glue guy. But another guy on here who somehow landed a 3-year deal, 36-year-old Travis Kelce. Extended to 3 more years, $54.7 million. We talked about this on the show as well. And how in the world did this guy get 3 more years, Owen? Because, he is ancient.
Well, you got to think about it like this. It's not just a move for the Chiefs to try and succeed.
Okay.
It's also a move to make the league money.
$54.7 million.
I think keeping Travis Kelce, almost said Travis Hunter again, who I like way better than Travis Kelce. I think keeping Travis Kelce around the league does a lot for the fan base. He's a popular guy.
Yeah.
He's well liked by a lot of guys outside of the Chiefs organization, like Swiftie fans, right?
Yep.
Swiftie fans love this guy. And I honestly believe that if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce split, the Chiefs would evaporate his contract.
Really?
Yeah, I think she could be keeping him employed, to be honest. I mean, he doesn't block. He doesn't block anymore. He struggles to get open. He
definitely won't now.
He struggles to get open. He gets open about half as much as he used to.
Yeah.
And
so we're going to give him $18 million a year?
I think he's connected well with Patrick Mahomes. They have a deep connection that a lot of other quarterback and tight end duos in the league envy. Yeah. But I think this is a business move just as much as it is a football move. That's what I think. Yeah, I think they're keeping this guy around.
We'll see. Or like we said on the show, he's ring chasing again for another 3 years. So I think they're probably going to end up restructuring his contract after this year because I think he's going to have another down year, and then they're going to be like, all right, dude, we're going to have to give you less money. Like, if you can stay on the team, but we're going to have to give you less money so we can actually win games. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, with Mahomes' injury, we'll see how that goes on with Justin Fields and how that whole little craziness goes down.
Yeah.
But I think that obviously the Chiefs are going to be successful now that they have K9. I think that's just the big picture out of it all. But moving forward, Levante David has announced his retirement after 14 seasons. He was a dog, Owen.
Yeah, Levante David was a beast, man. That guy was a very, very talented linebacker. He's flashing all around the field.
Yeah.
Always a 100-tackle guy. Hit hard, too, man. Hit like a freight train. I really like Levante David. It's sad to see another linebacker from my childhood go.
What kind of hit do you think this is going to give the Buccaneers?
More so leadership.
Just like a locker room thing?
The Bucs' defense isn't too bad. They're usually pretty good with organizing what they have. They still have a lot of talent on that side of the ball. But, I think that it'll be more of a hit to the leadership role.
Yeah.
I think the locker room may need to
What do you think? Vita Vea steps up instead?
Elect a new Vita Vea is that's a good shout. I think they need to elect a new voice, elect a new leader. But shout out to Levante David. That's my kind of player right there. Didn't talk a whole lot of crap, put his head down and
ran through somebody.
Yeah, man, beat the bricks off of guys.
Yeah. This one, oh my God, this one's hilarious. I've seen memes about this on NFL memes, IG, and all them. But Brian Robinson Jr. has now been signed by the Atlanta Falcons to back up.
He's going to Atlanta?
He's going to Atlanta.
He's going to get shot again.
Oh, all right. Wow.
I'm just kidding.
He's going to back up the other Bijan Robinson Jr. So fantasy fans, be careful when you're drafting this year and you see B. Robinson Jr. from Atlanta. Make sure you guys are drafting the right one. I think this is a good replacement for Tyler Algier. I don't know about you. I think Brian Robinson Jr. is very similar to Bijan in like skill set. So it might just be like whenever Bijan's, he'll fit right into the scheme pretty well, I think. What do you think?
Well, Brian Robinson has proven that he can take that rock and run through guys. He was a real problem for the Eagles when he was doing his thing with the Commanders.
Yeah.
And one thing about guys that run over the Eagles is sometimes, when I get to see a player 2 times a year, maybe 3 times a year if they get them in the preseason, I get to learn about them. That's one of the things about being an Eagles fan is I know a lot about the Eagles players, but I also know a lot about the guys in the NFC East because, we see them twice, and they play hardest when they're playing inter-division rivalries.
Yeah.
So Brian Robinson, I know, is a baller. How much have the injuries impacted him, right? Because he had a very, very bad knee injury right after he came back.
Yep.
And he was sidelined for much of his time in San Francisco. That said, we know what he's capable of. He could be a very good backup. Not as much a pass catcher, more so put your head down like Algier was.
Yeah. So. But we'll see. I just think it'll just be a replacement for when Bijan's out and they can stick to running their same offense. I think Bijan's going to take a lot more hits now, especially in the red zone, because that's what Algier kind of did. But I think Bijan is plenty capable of running through somebody. I mean, look at him. He's a unit. He's got that Jahmyr Gibbs build. I feel like maybe a little bigger than Jahmyr, but he definitely falls in that skill set of those top 3 very elite, agile runners. But real quick before I get to your Eagles, because I want to get a little recap because I have a rant about my Cowboys that I want to talk about.
Go for it.
There are 2 backup quarterback signings that have happened in the league. Joe Flacco has been signed by the Bengals.
Yep.
And Zach Wilson is now a Saint.
All right. Zach Wilson has a job. Let's go. Yo, Zach Wilson's a dog. That's a dog right there. Go ahead and look up Zach Wilson controversy, Zach Wilson girlfriend, Zach Wilson MILF, all this different stuff that he was getting in trouble for off the field. And that dude is a dog.
Yeah. I think... Does this mean that the Saints are weary about Schott and they're just seeing if or are they just throwing Zach Wilson back there just in case?
I liked Tyler Shuck last year.
Me too.
I think the Saints liked him too. I think that they're happy with what they got. But
he kept Olave healthy.
Zach Wilson, yeah, for real. Zach Wilson, that's a weird move. That's maybe not even a backup, but a third string move. Like the Eagles just brought in Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Weird move,
Yeah.
But it's I wonder what's going on with that. Hey, look, I'm glad he has a job because I like the guy.
Yeah. I mean, he'll just be backing up the whole time, but hey, a job's a job, right?
Yeah, man. Backup quarterback got to be the best job in the world.
Yeah, millions to just sit there and go, woo, go starter. And then when they go down, I mean, it's not like they play bad, especially Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush has kind of been one of the backups in the league that's kind of just been if you put him in the right offense, he can win you football games. So, but I think it's time to move on real quick to your Eagles. You guys just signed Elijah Moore to a 1-year deal. Is this your, was it Jahad Dotson replacement? Or what do you think?
Yeah,
or what do you think about your offseason in general so far?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Elijah Moore is going to be as good as Jahan Dotson was. He's definitely a speedster. He's quick. He likes to play out of the slot, but I think this is just another guy for Hurst to throw the ball to. Honestly, he's not going to be like a huge impact player. I think Dotson probably had a bigger impact for us than Elijah Moore will. It's another 1-year signing to kind of fill out the roster.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We could see him do a lot of blocking too, which is what we've brought a fair share of wide receivers here to do that. We literally draft them, to do that. Not as much anymore, but I like the Elijah Moore move, but I'm not in love with it. I trust Howie. I trust my GM. I trust Hurst to get this guy the ball when the going gets tough. It's another guy to kind of look to if the line is not doing its thing.
Of course.
But I wouldn't say it's an upgrade or a downgrade. Yeah.
Just a pickup.
Baseline pickup. Yep.
What do you think about your offseason in general? Because I know you guys lost a lot of defensive help.
Yeah, I'm really upset.
What are you looking for in the draft then?
Man, I really wanted to keep Nakobe Dean. I don't think we need to draft another linebacker, but I really, really wanted to keep Nakobe Dean. I think that he's going to go to Houston and go to Oakland and go to Las Vegas.
There you go.
He's going to the Raiders and have a Pro Bowl and possibly All-Pro season because he's that good. And he's going to get
Vegas is scary now, man.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say so. They're kind of like the Bengals, which is with a little better defense. They have no offensive line, a talented running back. They have a very, very good pass-catching option in Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
They have a couple guys on the defensive side of the ball, but the absolute non-existence of people that want to block for the people in the backfield really shoots them in the foot.
They have one, and that is why am I blanking on his name? He was on Baltimore, and now he's completely blanking.
Linderbaum?
Yeah. They have Linderbaum.
The guy they picked up?
Yeah, they have Linderbaum. That's about it, though.
Yeah, hopefully they can build around him. But, they sometimes you need to move guys around. Like the Lions didn't need to do this, but they're thinking about moving Sewell over to left tackle.
Okay.
To create some more, opportunities on that offensive line.
Yeah.
But, yeah, overall with the Eagles offseason, I'm a little wary. I'm a little bit wary. We lost a lot of pieces. So I'm hoping Howie just shocks us in the draft.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
I
want AJ Terrell's little brother. So
maybe
we'll see.
For me, in Dallas, it's interesting because I'm still waiting for that Pickens long-term extension. I feel like it's going to happen, but it's taking a little longer than expected, and I'm getting kind of nervous because the longer that they wait, the longer that Pickens will probably sit out in camp. But we are making a lot of secondary signings. We just signed Seattle's corner Darian Kendrick, who was like their third or fourth string corner at the time. He seems to be pretty solid. We're getting a lot of playmakers in the secondary from what it looks like. Picked up that secondary from the safeties from Denver and Arizona, and I think they both had more than one interception last season. So we have playmakers back there. We have ball hawks, which is kind of what our defense used to be like before Eberflus showed up. Just this strap up everybody mentality, pick everything off, chase the ball, fly around the field basically. So I think that these moves are going to be helpful, but there's still one missing thing, and that's because Jerry Jones hasn't signed a linebacker yet, and I don't know if we're going to take one in the draft. Oh my God, I've been waiting for just any linebacker signing, because right now the only one I can think of on our roster is Overshown, and he's an outside back. We have no middle linebacker. Owen, we have no middle linebacker right now.
It's a tough spot to be in. I think that if the Eagles didn't get lucky on Zach Bond, we'd be in a similar position. But Howie saw something in that guy, and he knew that he was going to explode, and so he grabbed him. But yeah, man, the linebacker position is extremely important. They call a lot of plays, almost all the plays on the defensive end, and they're supposed to be the leader out there. It's
just, man,
it's a tough spot to be in.
Like, our D-line's fine. I'm not worried about our D-line. Quinn Williams, Kenny Clark, Rashad Gary. I'm still waiting to re-sign Jadeveon Clowney, by the way. I think he needs to come back, and I think he'll make a big impact on our D-line with Gary on the other side. Like, there's all these things I'm waiting to happen. And Jerry just sits back and relaxes in his, like, yacht or something. Yeah. And then he'll wait until the very last minute. Like, Bobby Okereke is still out there. Bobby Wagner is still out there. I don't care that he's 40. The man can tackle. No matter how old he is, he can tackle a running back. Like, it's very unlikely that someone gets by him. He was top 5 in tackles last year at, like, 38. Like, he still has it. I just, like, it doesn't, I just can't, Owen.
Your Cowboys are in a very tough spot.
I do think that we can draft well, but
if that's what I was just gonna say. Do we want to go on a short break and move into a little bit of a draft segment? Do we want to tease some of these prospects? Because I got a couple guys I really want to talk about.
Let's go for it.
All right, let's do it, man.
You're listening to Thursday Morning Lineup here on 98.5 WNUW. We will be right back.
Jay Remover here on 98.5 WNUW. What other station do you have playing Ms. Remover? None of them. Only us, because we're goated. That's right. LP Aston. Now, we are rocking with the NFL draft segment coming up. There's a couple players that I wanted to touch on, meaning talk about, not actually touch on. Mm-hmm. Now, there are some big prospects in the upcoming NFL draft. Now, Noah says he needs a linebacker. I say I don't know what the Eagles need. One thing that we know for sure is that at the running back position, there's one man head and shoulders above the rest. Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love is the top prospect in this upcoming draft. It doesn't mean that he's going to go number 1 because
Fernando Mendoza's there.
Yeah, because the team that is picking one has Genty, so they don't need this Love guy. But that would be hilarious if they drafted him. Anyway,
that'd be stupid.
Last season, 200 carries, 1,400 yards, 18 touchdowns, 27 receptions for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. In his collegiate career. 0 fumbles in his collegiate career. So we are looking at a beast of a man in Jeremiah Love. He can do it running the ball. He can do it catching the ball. Did you get to see much of Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame?
I saw a little bit. I remember was it you that told me he was going to be like a Heisman next year, or was it? I think someone else was like, look out for this guy. He's going to be the Heisman winner, and before Mendoza appeared. But everyone was so set in stone that he was going to win the Heisman, and he definitely made a good case for it if Mendoza didn't quite literally carry that Indiana team. But I have seen him run. I've seen him break about 6 tackles and still run into the end zone. That man is very hard to knock down. He's very good low. He keeps his body low. He just keeps his feet moving the whole time. Just keeps his feet moving, whether he's trying to juke or run through a guy's face. He's definitely NFL ready. I feel like that's not a question, and I definitely think teams I don't even want to say the Jets anymore because they just re-signed Breece Hall. It's Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans. I'm trying to think when he's gonna go. I'm trying to think when he's just think if you're a team Cleveland
and you're looking at Jeremiah Love. Well, he's kind of like Judkins. Judkins can do everything he can do.
Yeah.
If you're a team and you're looking at Jeremiah Love, you're thinking to yourself, where is the weakness in this guy's game?
Yeah.
The only
doesn't fumble.
The only weakness would maybe be that he's not going to move piles that well. He's not going to run through a guy or 2 guys at a time.
Yeah.
But when your NFL comparison per NFL.com is Jahmyr Gibbs, then you probably have your work cut out for you. I think he's going to have a lot to do, and I think he's going to do it willingly and well. Yeah. Now, he shared stats with this guy, Jadarian Price, a lot of stats. He shared touches with this guy, Jadarian Price, who has some pretty good stats himself. Now, it's a little bit slower on the 40 and the 10-yard split, but a bigger vertical and broad jump and more reps on the bench press. Now, he was redshirted his first year because of an Achilles injury. The next year, he played in 13 games and was special team as well as offense. the next year, he was in 16 games, produced 746 yards on 120 carries, so that's pretty good with 7 TDs.
Yeah, that's
and then
solid.
last year, sharing touches, he still was named third-team Associated Press All-American.
Wow.
And he was a finalist for the Paul Hornung Award, which was, nation's most versatile player because this guy can do it literally everywhere. The only weakness in his game is the fumbles. He fumbled near the goal line 3 times last year.
Oh, wow.
Which is not good. But I like Jadarian Price a lot. I think this is a guy that a lot of people are sleeping on because Jeremiah Love is the running back that people care about coming out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But, I like Price. I say we keep an eye on that guy.
Definitely.
Another big-time prospect on the offensive end, Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah.
I don't know if did you get to see any Kenyon Sadiq for Oregon this year?
I didn't, but I know Oregon was, their pass game's always been really consistent.
Oh, yeah.
But they usually spit out receivers. I don't think I've seen a tight end out of Oregon, be that all successful that I can think of off the top of my head. But this guy looks like a unit, man.
He's a beast. A lot of people are saying that once he gets to the NFL, they might try and switch him, turn him into a wide receiver.
Really?
Yeah, because he doesn't necessarily have. He's a big dude. He's got the size, but he doesn't necessarily have.
What is he sitting at? 6'3", 240?
Yeah, it's like he doesn't strike me as.
They say he's short. 6'3"? Yeah, that's kind of short for a tight end.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as a monster tight end. When you look at the sizes of some of these other guys in the league,
he did see some reps at wideout.
Maybe he doesn't stand out, but his frame is still unbelievable. He's still a very strong guy.
Yeah.
He can run a lot of routes.
Yep.
And the pass catching ability is what sets him apart. He's got a 95 on the athleticism score. He's the number 1 tight end, and he's ahead of these guys by some margin.
NFL says that he excels on quick screens.
Yeah, get him to Philly. No, I'm just kidding. There's no way we'd be able to. Imagine we traded up to get that guy.
Oh, man.
Holy cow. So, moving over to the defensive side of the ball, the big name is Ruben Bain. People are saying his arms are too small because they're even shorter than Avion Terrell, who I'm about to talk about. 30-inch arms. He's only 6'2". He's 260, but he was a beast. He ran every single person over. They gave him a 68 on the athleticism score, and yet they still gave him an 85 on the total score. Which
68.
I know, bro. It's bad. One away from.
Wow.
So even though he's getting compared to Brandon Graham, that's about as good a comparison as you can get.
Yeah.
They're going to say that occasionally he ducks his head, he drives into blocks a little too hard, and he's a little undersized. I don't think any of that matters. I think Ruben Bain will have a successful NFL career.
Sure. If he's as strong as you say, then.
Yeah, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, he should be just fine.
Last guy that I wanted to touch on right here, Avion Terrell.
Oh.
So this guy is
Clemson
corner.
Please.
Clemson corner. He can play the safety if you really want him to. Very poor on the athleticism score. Very, very poor. 61.
Ooh.
That said, he's the 4th ranked corner at the combine this year. So, even though he's only 5'11", 185, that is the only position on the field where you can be that size and still be the best.
Yeah.
Look at Travis Hunter, bro. He's smaller than this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he got drafted extremely early.
Yeah.
2, right?
2, yeah.
So the blend of athleticism and the, not too overbearing size gives him the opportunity to play inside or outside.
Mm-hmm.
He always stays low and balanced like his brother. I'm a huge A.J. Terrell guy, and I like Clemson. So when I found out at the beginning of the year that Avion was poised to have an all-ACC selection year, I tuned in immediately. And I hit Howie. I got on the line with Howie.
Yeah, sure you did.
And I said, yo, listen up, Howie. We got this kid coming out of Clemson. His brother is a top 5 cover corner in the NFL these last couple seasons. I think this kid could be even better. I think he could even play safety if he wanted to because he's that good.
Jerry.
And Howie hung up on me. He hung up. He didn't say anything. He just hung up. So I think he has a plan. But whoever gets this kid, Avion Terrell, is going to get a player. He's going to get a player. I mean, he's going to be good. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not the Cowboys. Hopefully it's literally anybody but the Cowboys.
I hope so. We have the 12th pick. He could fall right to us.
Yeah, he could. He very well could fall. I'm gonna pull up a little. What are
mock
you,
draft?
I'm gonna put. Yeah, what are you specifically looking for? Like, which position would you be most excited to get?
I think there's one of three I'd be okay with. Obviously, like I've said many times, linebacker. But the only issue is that this linebacker class is kind of weaker. So maybe we could wait. We could probably hold on the linebacker for a little bit. But I'm thinking in the first round, depending if we re-sign like Clowney or something, we could probably get a younger edge rusher. Obviously, secondary, I still think that the people we signed, however they are playmakers, I still think that we could shore up that corner room and make everybody kind of fight for a position. Because who knows if Deron Bland's going to be the same person this season. And then tackle. I think Terrence Steele is the worst tackle in the NFL. I'm surprised he hasn't been cut yet. I think that we very well could use a right tackle to replace him, or just a left tackle in general, because I know that Tyler Guyton was a right tackle going into the league. So I think that he very well could probably make that switch over pretty effectively. But I think, yeah, so tackle, linebacker, edge rusher, corner. Any of those four, I don't think we need to draft any other position. Maybe a safety, but we can turn some of our corners into safeties. So
yeah,
I think just one of those four, and we shouldn't touch anywhere else.
I got a couple CBS mock drafts that say you're getting Ruben Payne, which would be hilarious if you went and picked another guy for that defensive line. But I doubt that happens. I think you go.
I think we just re-signed Clowney, man. I
think
we're
you
all
go
good.
Corner, or if Caleb Downs falls, you get him probably. Because Avion Terrell is not going to go until.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to go until like after pick 20.
Yeah.
But that should not diminish his ability. I mean, he's
I think
a top 5 corner. I think that he should be going even earlier than that, just because I believe in him.
The one thing that scares me about this draft, and I talked to you about this off the air, is that Brian Schottenheimer, who I'm glad is coming back, said that they are in a position right now to draft the best player available instead of a position of need. And I think, Brian, what are you doing?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Why are you saying that? Is that like a way to...
If there's any Ohio State guys left, you can draft one of them. I mean, between Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, they have some freak shows on that defense.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong drafting somebody from that historic Ohio State defense.
No. But it does scare me, him saying that, because they're going to pick up, like, I don't even know, man. I don't even want to know. But there's a lot of options. Schottenheimer, there's a lot of ways he could go. There's a lot of options out there. You mentioned you guys are hurting at the linebacker position. Not so much of that this year, but there's a lot of options at edge. This is an edge-heavy draft. We love edging. And then there are a lot of big corners that are super talented. Corners and safeties, they're going to come out and make an impact like almost immediately. I'm seeing a lot of tackles on here too.
Yeah, there's always going to be. Well, they keep getting bigger. Everything's bigger, like in America. I mean, the public that is getting fatter, and then all the stuff in the food is trying to kill us, right? Mm-hmm. But then if you think about the league, it's the complete opposite. These guys have access to the best diets, the best supplements, possibly illegal substances. So they're getting bigger in terms of mass and size. So it's like every year, okay, the tackles were 6'5". Now they're 6'6". Now they're 6'7" and 6'8". Yeah. These guys are literally huge. Yeah. That's one of my favorite videos is the gender reveal. Yeah. And there's a gentleman that's doing a gender reveal, and they pop the balloon. And this gentleman is a huge guy. Yeah. 6'4", 6'5", approaching 300.
I think I've seen this.
And they pop the balloon, and it's blue. And he drops it back to protect. He drops back to protect the non-existent quarterback.
So good.
That's a funny video. It is.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, tackles and guards, they're an extremely important position. I feel so bad all the time. Guys go down in the pocket and they get rolled up on.
Yep.
I hate seeing that when somebody is about to pancake his guy and then somebody comes in side of his knee. Ndamukong Suh used to do that to guys all the time. Yeah. He was so dirty. But there's a lot of, you make a good point. There's a lot of edges, but there's also a lot of tackles and guards here. So I mean, that's both of the mock drafts I looked at, it says the Eagles taking a tackle. So
I don't know.
If
there's one thing Jerry's good at is picking the right offensive lineman. Maybe his name will be Tyler this time.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah,
we're gonna reinforce the Great Wall of Tyler.
You guys have a couple things to sort out there. There's one. Who's the kid from Bama? Hold on a second. Nickelodeon. There's a crazy offensive lineman from
oh my God.
Bama.
I feel like I saw him when I was scrolling through it, but I can't
Monroe
remember.
Feeling is really good from Georgia. I can't find. Let's see. Where is he at?
This will be the last name we talk about. We'll wrap up the show.
Yeah, man. I gotta find this guy. I gotta find this guy because this is an important name that you're gonna remember. Caden Proctor. Yeah. 6'7.5", 353 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Caden Proctor is the name. They have him as the 5th ranked tackle in this draft.
That's it?
And they have him as, a 28th ranked prospect. So if I set it to just tackle, he moves up to number 5, and even still, Monroe Feeling from Georgia is ahead of him.
Yeah.
With names like Spencer Fano, and then the guy from Miami, Francis Moguoa.
Yeah.
Man, those Hawaiian names are hard to pronounce. But that's
it seems like there's a lot of talent in general.
We threw some names at you. We threw some names at you today, folks. But look, if there's 2 that you want to remember, I think that Caden Proctor, even as the 5th ranked tackle, could be the best tackle in the draft, and purely based on ability. And I think that Avion Terrell, despite being undersized, he's got that NFL older brother, and he's got a star-studded resume.
Yeah. Well, we are out of time, but before we go, listen to the Philly Thing every Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Listen and talk Philly sports. Join Jonah and Caden every Friday from 10 to 12 p.m. on 98.5 WNUW. And that'll do it for Thursday morning lineup here in the studio. Me and Owen have a great time in here. We talk about a lot of football. We talked about some draft prospects to look forward to. Pay attention to those names that Owen said. He kind of knows what he's talking about. So that'll do it.
Yeah, not with March Madness, but when it comes to football, yeah, man.
Owen knows what he's talking about. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, everybody. We're going to kick you off with, take a guess, Owen. Who's coming next?
Is it going to be Drake again? I don't
know. Come on.
It's Bruno.
It's Bruno. It's Bruno. Anyways, have a great day, everybody.